Now live from the Cake Studios, this is Cake News on your side at 11.
One person dead and 5 others hurt in a shooting at a club in Old Town. This is a live look from Old Town quiet now, but nearly 12 hours ago, the scene was very hectic. We do know that Wichita police are giving a briefing with the latest information as we speak. Captain Jason Stevens with Wichita Police speaking, so let's go to that right now.
Ages 22, 24, 28, 24, and 40. And each one of them received life-threatening injuries from gunfire as well. Most of the injuries were to the legs. One had an injury to an arm and the lower back. All of them were taken to local hospitals. Some of them have already been released, but all of them are expected to survive their injuries. During the investigation, officers and detectives learned that there was a disturbance inside the club, which resulted in our suspect, who has been identified as being Keyshawn Maurice Dawson, a black male, date of birth, well, I won't give his date of birth, but he is approximately 22, 23 years old. He was involved in a disturbance inside the bar that was physical, and he was escorted from the club by employees. He left for a short period of time and returned and fired several shots into the doors and windows at the front of the business, resulting in the before-mentioned injuries. He left in a dark-colored vehicle, and as I mentioned before, he's been identified through the course of the investigation. I also want to mention that he is currently wanted on 2 felony Sedgwick County warrants and is prohibited from possessing a firearm because of his felony conviction.
Any questions for the captain?
Can you spell the suspect's?
All right, we appear to have lost audio from that news conference. Just to recap, police have now identified the suspect in this case, Keyshawn Maurice Dawson, 22 to 23 years of age. They say that he got into a physical fight at the club, was that folks from the club escorted him off of the premises, and he left for a while, came back, fired through the doors, hitting 6 people, 1 person dead, 5 others, women ages 22, 24, 28, 24, and 40, all of them with life-threatening injuries, although all of them now expected to survive. Some of them already released from the hospital at this point. They say that Dawson is wanted by Sedgwick County on 2 felony warrants. He already has a felony conviction, which makes possession of a firearm for him illegal as well. Police are continuing to search for that suspect at this time. We will continue to follow this and bring you the latest updates as soon as we have them available. We'll hear also more from Annette later in this show. Meanwhile, stay with us on air and online at cake.com for all the latest. We're learning new details this morning about a deadly shooting at a club in Old Town. Wichita police identifying the man killed as 34-year-old Preston Spencer. The shooting happened shortly after midnight outside the Enigma Club and Lounge in Old Town near 3rd and Washington. Police now say the suspect is Keyshawn Maurice Dawson. Now, Wichita police just wrapped up a news conference moments ago from City Hall. Cake's Annette Lawless has been following this all morning. Annette, what did police have to say?
Pilar, police say that they're continuing to look for Keyshawn Dawson, and they say that it's through social media and video footage that helped them identify him as the suspect in this deadly shooting. A very busy morning for officers over at the scene in Old Town. The shooting taking place around 12:30 this morning, and I will tell you, it was such a busy scene as investigators tried to piece together everything as to what led up to what happened out there. So they tell us us that Dawson had gone into the nightclub. There was some sort of fight or altercation, and he was kicked out. Then he came back, and from the sidewalk outside, he started shooting. And that's where these individuals got hurt. One man has died as a result of the shooting, and 5 women were rushed to the hospital. We're told that those women are expected to be okay, the victims being described as being in their 20s to 40s. But at this point, they're hoping the community can help in regards to finding Kayshawn Dawson, again, a man who is believed to be responsible for this shooting out in Old Town. They're hoping that anyone with information will call 911 or to call Crime Stoppers at 316-267-2111. We're told that he is considered to be dangerous. He has 2 felony warrants out right now. We're trying to get additional details as to what those warrants are connected to. Police gathering that information for us, and we'll share it here with you as soon as we get it. Reporting live in Wichita, Annette, Lawless, KAKE News on your side.
All right, thanks, Annette. Stay with KAKE News for the latest information on this shooting on air and online as soon as we get it at KAKE.com.